This thing work. Hey, microphone problems, technical issues. We're fixed though. How are we all doing, boys and girls? Good morning, welcome in. Sorry, I'm running late this morning. This morning, it's now technically the afternoon. I think nothing went right this morning. Absolutely nothing went right. But we've got coffee and we've got some video games to play. And I'm convinced that I'm going to figure out how to get this goddamn stupid enchanting recipe, this pattern. It was causing me much frustration yesterday because this thing, where's it gone? Primal Invocation Extract seems to be a bit of an enigma. Seems to be a bit of a, interesting one. Primal Extraction, Glimmers of Insight. How the hell do we get Glimmers of Insight? How the hell do we do a Primal Extraction on them? I'm convinced it's got something to do with the storms. So I'm going to investigate further. I did a little bit of digging yesterday, and I found some interesting things. Did any of you realise there's a toy that does the exact same thing that's equally as elusive? So we're going to have to investigate. That's my plan for today. I know I said we'd look at the PTR. We might get to the PTR in a little bit. When I get, distracted by squirrels, you got to chase them. Got to chase them down. But what it probably means is the first thing I need to do is get my ass into some of the primal storms and get the primal fire, frost, this and this and this and this. I reckon you need to get all four of those first before you can get a primal inspiration or something. Not sure how you go about doing it, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. A dog, Nipsis, you sat on that pillow very, very funny. I don't think you're meant to be sat on it like that. Silly dog. Up, how we doing? Welcome in. Good morning. So I stumbled across, there's also a toy. There's a toy, Primal Invocation Quintessence. It also now, interestingly, has the tagline, "This was never available to players." But it's in the game. And I swear it's going to have something to do with it. Why would it be in the toy box if it was never... for reference, that "this was never available to players" is a line of text that's been added by all the things. I'm muted? What do you mean I'm muted? We shouldn't be muted. Hang on. We're not muted. You're lying. Maybe if you're watching the very start of the stream, microphone problems, but yeah, this Primal Invocation Quintessence is an interesting one. Reward by Supreme Invocation. I wonder. Curiosity is going to get the better of me, I reckon. But I wonder if where's it gone? If when doing an elemental shatter an awakened element to gain its power. I'm wondering if when doing this, there's a small chance of gaining glimmers. Now, it's going to be a bit of an expensive process to test this, but it does interest me vaguely that there is a button that gives the option to shatter all. Why would you need to shatter all of them? And why would it come up in a list like this? And why is there crafting results for it? Strength increased by 211. Enchanting skill increased with crafting the order essences. 10 minutes remaining. What if we do it again? We get another thing. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This is an expensive experiment. A very expensive experiment. At 300 gold a button press. It's a very expensive experiment. But I do have my suspicions that there is more to this elemental shatter. And due to its high price, I can't imagine many people have used it too aggressively. Let's take a look at... I mean, I could literally just be burning gold right now, but... Elemental shatter, order, air, earth, frost, fire. See all results. Gives 421 of a secondary stat, 211 primary stat instead if you use order at level 70, and 25 skill enchanting when using the item or its rousing form for 10 minutes. The enchantment skill part seems to be intended to only be available at Primal Extraction 40, but displays both on the buff tooltip and in the profession pane at Primal Extraction 10. Multiple buffs can be active at a time, and the skill bonus does not stack, so enchanting crafts using multiple elements can benefit from... And this skill bonus does stack. So enchanting crafts using multiple elements can benefit from multiple elemental shatter buffs. The buffs are removed immediately after leaving the Dragon Isles, and using elemental shatter on the same element again sets the duration back to 10 minutes. Although they are available in both rousing and awakened forms, awakened decay and awakened ire cannot be used with elemental shatter. They stack. So, theoretically... Okay. Top tier weapon enchants clearly only use one of each. So it doesn't make a huge difference here. But let's say... something like Plane Runner's Breeze, where both Awakened Air and Awakened Earth are in effect. Can you then get double bonus? We're at 303. If we break down... If we break down an Earth and an Air, will it put us at 353? Let's do an air, shatter earth, shatter air. So now we have both the buffs on those. Oh, snap. Oh, damn. It gave us 50 skill. Sheesh. Ah, there's so much more to enchanting than I ever realised. And it took me over 2 months in the expansion to work it out. This is clever. This is how people are absolutely breaking up the entire market. Because this stacking bonus, for example, 50 skill points from there, this is all to make up for the fact that there's no material quality. I reckon then, because this is a boot enchantment, right? I reckon then your skill tree down here, braces, chest piece, cloaks, rings, and profession tools. Chest pieces and rings, profession tools, braces, cloaks. The irony here is there isn't one specifically for boots. Makes you wonder if other professions have little secrets like this. It's not particularly secrets, it's just nobody's really seemingly, or at least I've not played with it enough to have even noticed it was a thing. I'm sure there's long-time enchanters that are just laughing at me right now, that know all of this, but... So actually, by the looks of things, the only ones... There's not that many that use... That would then arguably be how you would make a primal invocation extract at max quality as well. Although 300 you could probably get to anyway. There's actually, yeah, there's literally only these 3 that can take advantage of the stacking nature. Because they're the only 3 enchantments that use Awakened and multiple of them. What about Rousing, actually? No, there's no enchants that use Rousings. So that's also okay. So it's genuinely only these 3 where the double stacking actually takes any effect at all. And they all use both Awakened Air and Awakened Earth. Everything else is not going to see any bonus because it doesn't use these essences. I wonder... Oh, curiosity kills the cat. What have we got? Order, Earth, Air, Fire. What happens if you just have them all at the same time? Which one am I missing? Frost? Am I missing Frost? Damn, I haven't got any Frost. I need to go buy some Awakened Frost.
Am I dreaming? You will do well.
So we can have all of them simultaneously. Mastery, haste, crit, verse, all increased by 421, along with strength being increased by 211. The fact that they all stack in and of itself is actually bananas. The fact that you can gain like quite literally silly amounts of secondary stats. That's like a good. That's like a good amount of min-maxing world quests. Yeah, it's not cheap to have this all up all the time, but considering the Awakens are coming down in price, this is probably 1,000 plus. No, this is probably 2,000 gold to have these buffs up. They don't work in raids, do they? No, apparently as soon as you step off the Dragon Isles, they all disappear. But what I'm really trying to do, more than anything else, is figure out how the flipping hell where'd it go? A primal invocation extract can be learned. How in the world do you get a glimmer of insight? Now, my other suspicion is maybe do glimmers of insight only drop when you have all of these buffs up? Does it require all of these buffs to be in place for a glimmer of insight to drop? And if that's the case, where does a glimmer of insight come from? But a glimmer of insight doesn't seem to be like the problem is Wowhead doesn't even have any info on this. If we just Google it's probably going to give me some random stuff. Glimmer of discovery. Miscellaneous items. Oh, no, that's the protoform synthesis stuff. Yeah, there's literally no links to it at all. Few things with the name Glimmer. Glimmer of Insight returns nothing. Maybe it's just bugged in some way. Yeah, while outdoors in the Dragon Isles, these buffs apply for. Learn to improve your elemental extraction, gaining a small chance to acquire additional rousing elements. I don't even understand what that does. Gaining a small chance to acquire additional rousing elements. Maybe that's just a looting thing. As and when you kill things, there's a slightly greater chance for you to get rousing elements, but it's not. There's a fifth one, a Glimmer of Order, that has an unknown source. Glimmer of Fire. Glimmer of Earth, Air, Frost. Glimmer of Order. Valuable magical information can be found within. Disenchant to gain enchanting knowledge. How can something like this have, like, literally not a single comment on it? So maybe you need to find all of 5. Yeah, there's a good chance that maybe you need all of these first for something to happen. There's the thing that gives me confidence in being able to figure this out is that somebody has. And that's, you know, because somebody has crafted these things. Somebody sells them.
Well then, let us proceed.
Primal Invocation Extract. Somebody knows how to craft them, and somebody's selling them. At a variety of different qualities. And there's still... This was like 700k yesterday. The person who has figured it out is also like... Ask the person selling them. You can't easily find out who it is that has it. Because it's the region-wide auction house. There's no name information here. It's like trying to find out who you buy a single piece of ore from. It's not so straightforward. But there can't be anything to do with using these, because then that creates, you know, that creates a loop. You can't learn the recipe by using these, because how would the first person... It's the chicken and the egg thing, right? How would the first person ever get the recipe if you could only get it by using these? You can probably see the name in TSM after you buy it.
There is a universal justice.
Sold by Salas, some random dude. Can we armory this dude? No, not Armory, the guy that has the name Armory. Fucking idiot. There's only 2 characters with that name. And the fact that there's only 2 guys with that name. One happens to actually be a druid on Draenor. That guy's the most looked up person in the world. Oh, clearly, yeah. Well, if you don't try, you don't know, right? Dear sir, madam, to whom it may concern. As per my last email. Yeah. That'll definitely get his attention, won't it? That'll definitely get his attention. Line his pockets. Definitely won't ignore the email now. But let's see. Let's see. Now, obviously, it'll be my luck now. It'll be my luck that this dude just bought it and resold it. And he doesn't even have the recipe. But, you know, if you don't try, you don't know. Get Slicker to send a message, you'll get the answer you want. He's been banned now, hasn't he? Third day of killing blazing manifestations and sundered flames, and no jewel crafting drop for them. Literally killed thousands and nothing. Am I bugged? What are you looking for? What are you killing blazing manifestations and sundered flames for? Can I get 20k for telling you how to obtain such a rare and exclusive pattern as the vibrant welder cloth bolt? Hey, good try. Good try, I like that. Good try. I guess then, what I probably should do is go and at least go get these other glimmers that we know how to get. Because that might, you know, lead us somewhere. And I'm going to do something remarkably stupid, which is keep all of those buffs up all the time. Which will cost me 2,000 gold every 10 minutes, but for science, it might, you know, what's the point of having lots of gold if you don't use it to test things? So let's buy just 10 of each of these. Awakened Frost, Awakened Earth, Awakened Air, Awakened Fire, and Awakened Order. Because you never know. The fact that so few people, if any, seem to have this recipe in the first place could very much have something to do with there's not many people stupid enough to, you know, keep those buffs up all the time. That's kind of my theory with this. I'm going to keep that in my bags just so I remember who it was. This is becoming quite an expensive experiment, isn't it? Quite a pricey one. Let's get rid of some of this.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummels, like you.
Right, where did my glimmer go? Where did the one I have go? Let's put that there. Right. To the storms! To the storms. Do we go Anaran Plains for the Earth one? Where is it? Hello? Why can I not see? Oh, it's down here. That's barely the Anaran Plains. I'd call that Cobalt Assembly, but sure. Out of interest, what do you reckon is your total gold held across all your characters, so I can work out how long you can sustain this? It's probably almost 8 figures. No, it's probably 9 figures. Probably, in fact, it's definitely 8 figures. It's nearly 9 figures. Is that right? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's probably nearly 9 figures. Suddenly 2k every 10 minutes doesn't seem very expensive at all. Well, it's, yeah. But like I said, I don't think there's many people that are stupid enough to even do it all the same without having any proof that it actually does anything at all. Other than, you know, giving you a buff. Right. There's also the opportunity here. Well, I think we need to kill the rares. I think the glimmers only come from the rares. So the question now becomes, is do I chill around here and just wait for rare spawns? Or do we try and do some realm hopping to get them a bit quicker? Boulder on. Grizzle Rock. So they all seem to spawn over in this sort of area. And with the Cobalt buff, it'll be a crazy little farm. Maybe. I don't know if I need Cobalt Assembly Rep on this dude, actually, for anything. Let's have a look. Profession, rep grind recipe chart. Blacksmithing. Cobalt Assembly, no. Cobalt Assembly is only needed for leatherworking, tailoring. Leatherworking and tailoring, apparently. I could have swore alchemy had something. Maybe they don't. This list is not very extensive. I should update this really, but okay. I don't technically need here for anything, but let's try to do some. It's going to be quick enough to get into groups at least. Let's put it that way. Considering it's going to be auto-invite in most cases. Oh, that was a Waking Shores group. That's not gonna phase me. Oops. Back it up. It doesn't strictly say the elemental, the storm's up. Why does it not claim that the storm's up? Very confused. It also says the storm's in Anaran Plains, which is just wrong because it's not, it's here. Unless, no. Now it says elemental storm. Eh? Isn't that going to cause some, like, wild phasing problems? Alchemy's Transmute Awakened Frost comes from Cobalt. Also, Inscription has the Highlight Drake Spined Head. I had to update my trackers this morning. Are these just wrong? Do we need updated versions of these? Primal module. Info. Where's like info? .99.3-5. How do you even know what version of these you have?
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad to see me?
Boggart, my man, thank you very much for the Prime. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Don't know if I missed something. Just tuned in. From what I gather, you learn the recipe by primal extraction, like with alchemy or cooking. Craft to randomly discover it, or in this case, extracting glimmers. There's why did that just randomly pop up again? There's only 4 glimmers that you can get though. And they seem to be one-time only things. And the Glimmer of Order hasn't even been discovered. My point is it's clearly not that straightforward though, since practically nobody in the entire EU has the recipe. There's like potentially only one, maybe two people that have it, which is problematic. I feel. The groups that all of a sudden get lots of people in are potentially groups that then have a rare spawned. Okay, being parked up here doesn't categorize it as a storm. This is going to be annoying. Right, can I sit on this roof? Okay, this roof it claims it's a storm. Now we're hunting for rares. Anybody out of curiosity got a rare up on their shard? Would love me an invite. Any of the Earthstorm 4, Zergas, Grizzlerock, Gravelion, or Boulderon. Any of the 4. Oh no! It just said Grizzlerock appeared literally the second I pressed on leave group. Are you kidding me? Okay, what I'm also going to need to do is line... No, I don't need to line these up, do I? Because it's in my... Shit, which group was I in? Damn. Strawberry jam. That's a rare, but not the right rare. It's a rare all the same. Oh, now it's dead. Now it's dead. No. Motivator Krazos, or whatever his name is. I'm going to need a quick way of doing this. I'm also going to need a quick way of not dying, which could be problematic. Because I imagine these buffs don't persist through death. I would assume. Oh dear, this is really not good. Need Zergas? I need all of them. All of them. Give me literally 2 minutes to finish killing this dude. unless I don't have 2 minutes, obviously.
Interesting.
Glimmer of Earth. I'm in combat. I don't want to be in combat. Leave group. Yeah, it's the enchanting buffs I'm more thinking about when it comes to not dying. Well, we got that one remarkably quickly. See if we can just get invites to these groups either way. Yeah, it's going to be more annoying than anything else keeping these buffs up, especially considering I have absolutely no proof that it makes any difference whatsoever. But my theory is that it should make some difference. Or it could be a complete waste of gold. We will probably never find out. If I can crack the code, though, it'd be cool. I'd appreciate figuring something like that out. I'm wondering, actually, is it maybe worth, considering number 1 on the list probably should be getting all of the 4... the 4 glimmers that we know about, maybe going and doing the fire one since it's up. That might be my plan, actually. Where's the fire one? I don't think these trackers are working right now, so I might have to do it manually. Actually, that also means the fire one might not even be up because that tracker could just be lying to me. Is there a fire one up at all? It doesn't look like there is. There's Earth here, which is where we are, which is Azure span. I don't think there is actually a fire one up. Let me try and... Is there a way to... With weak auras, is there a way to update them? Or is it simply you just have to delete it and reinstall it? Fire looks like it's up in the Obsidian Citadel. Ah, you're right. You're right. Let's go over here. Just importing it again updates it. Create a copy, update auras. Clever.
Our tribe holds a special connection to Wind Eagles.
Like that.
Descended from Onara herself. The nestlings and eggs are trapped in our overtaken village. Please, help save them.
There's a weak aura updater. You could install that too. Is that a separate module for weak auras? I really need to do a video on these add-ons. You know, maybe I'll make it a bit of a longer one, but where I go through some of these add-ons, why I use them, and... Oh, it's proper. It's actual desktop software. Oh, I've had enough of that with TSM. Maybe not now.
As a good friend and the loyal supporter I know you are, I call upon your help at this time.
Right. Emblazion, Inferum, Cain Firebrand, and Nelia Firebane. Or any of the above.
To have your continued support in our efforts to secure the Citadel.
Let's do some hoppity skippities. Same again, boys and girls. If you happen to be on a shard with a rare up, throw me an invite. Manthieus on Draenor. It's only worth doing if you have way too many to manage. Yeah, I think if you end up being a bit of a weak or a junkie, then it's very easy to just end up with way too many. I try to keep my add-ons to a bare minimum at the best of times. I know my UI doesn't look like that now, considering I've got flipping things all over the place, but generally speaking, I like to keep it clean and tidy if I can.
With this key, we can breach the barrier within the vault and rid it of the infestations that have grown there.
That's this realm. That doesn't help. Archimond. Taran Mill. Probably unlikely to be anything up on Taran Mill. Unlikely to get an invite. Frostwolf? I don't even know what that realm is. Does it have to be both an elemental event and a rare? Yes. Yeah, for these glimmers, yes. These glimmers, we do know how we get them, and it is from rares from the respected elemental areas. Now, in theory, one thing I could and probably should be doing is running around killing all of the elementals and just farming at the same time. But honestly, it's realm hopping to try and find the rares is probably quicker. Tyrion, I don't even know what that realm is. Army buffs are falling off. Has it been 10 minutes already? Sheesh. Now, I both don't particularly want to put these buffs on until I need them. But at the same time, if a rare pops up, I don't want to be faffing around putting buffs up. How many knowledge points does this give per week? I think I have none of these. It's not a per week. They're a one-time thing as far as we're aware. They give 3 knowledge points each. and there's 4 of them that we know how to get. So it's 12 knowledge points. But these aren't really the things I'm after in too much detail. What I'm really after is trying to figure out how you get the primal invocation recipe, which all it says is the discovery is glimmers of insight. I don't know what or how you get glimmers of insight or what that even means, and scouring the internet doesn't seem to give any clues. So Wowhead says they can drop from non-rares. Maybe, but the 2 I've got have been practically guaranteed drops off rares, so that's the approach I'm going to take, just as the potentially quicker way. I mean, there's no downside to killing the rares, so other than it, you know, it's not necessarily too easy to find them. But yeah, even for the 12 knowledge points, it's worth it, because as I figured out yesterday, I need all the knowledge points I can get for enchanting. Like, by all of them, I mean quite literally all of them. Sometimes it's worth scouting for the big groups, because if a big group randomly appears, it's usually a good indication that there's a rare up on that server. As everybody joins the group and then stays around. Loon, I don't think we've been there. Eridar, we've not been here either. Nobody wants to let me in. It's because I'm scamming realm hops. Nemesis, I don't think we've been there either. Alright, well, with buffs up, maybe we spend just a few minutes killing some elementals down here and because in theory we should have a better than average drop rate now for even rousing fire, so we got 3 rousing earth from that dude for some reason. Doesn't seem to make sense. I suppose before he was molten, maybe he was a rock. Now, it would certainly help if I was actually properly geared for this as well, which I'm not, but the time it would take me to go and get geared. I've heard that Rhett's getting some improvements as well, a new spell or a new ability or something, which I think could be quite good. You know, I guess from a competitive standpoint, Rhett might be in a bit of a problematic state, but Rhett's still fun. You know, throwing divine storms all over the place. But then again, people don't have fun unless they're at the top, you know, top of the damage meters. People's fun is categorically linked to their DPS. As long as they aren't squishy. For a plate wearer, they go down faster than cloth. Up to the, oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's clearly not helpful. Just go prot and never die. There is another option. I got Kane Firebrand. Do me an invite. Do me an invite. Assuming you're Horde, though, there'll be problems if... I am on a Horde character right now. How to land a dragon on a twig. I didn't even see that thing was there. Alright, fine. Not Horde. Yeah, I did have a feeling that you were Alliance. Considering they've removed the Horde Alliance restriction for instanced content, it would be nice if nowadays they'd just, you know, lift the barrier. Can I not get an invite either way though? Because as long as we're not in war mode, I don't know. I don't know how it works nowadays, to be honest. Group finder custom, Manthieus join me. True, other than the fact that that wouldn't that would move you to my realm, not move me to your realm. Which is the point, you know, if you have the rare on your realm, you need to invite me. Oh, you have actually... No. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's shenanigans. Zongjin, we haven't been there, but I think. I have a suspicion that all the rares spawn at practically... Oh no, there's another fire one here now. Okay. No shortage of fire areas. Has that just changed then? Or is there legitimately 2 fire ones and I just didn't even notice? I can tell it's Friday because my brain just doesn't work. Fire's Brotherhood. Let's see if we can get over there. There we go. There's Char at the very least. Let's go say hi to Char. Where is he? Damn, buffs are only up for 20 seconds. This is a problem. Bubble doesn't drop combat, does it? Oh, don't run into another elite. Can I refresh the buffs even while in combat? Probably not. No. Where's he gone? Right, now we go kill Char. Ping the map like crazy. Char's not technically one of the rares for the event, but we'll see if it makes a difference. We are in Elemental Storm mode. Maybe any of the rares around the area also work. Although we're going to be here for a week at this rate if nobody comes over. Busy for a couple of weeks and the price of mats are now horrendous. Yeah, things are dipping quickly now. The oversupply of everything is really starting to kick in. A few people have been a bit frustrated. Oh, hang on, I forgot this dude heals himself as well, doesn't he? You need to kill these fellas. Got to kill the ads, otherwise we'll be here forever. I forgot about these. Yeah, a few people got caught out by the fact that they've changed the vendor shuffle, which was holding up the price of Ceravite ore. And the price of Ceravite ore was also holding up the price of everything else. It was holding up the price of Draconium ore. It was inadvertently holding up the price of diamonds, which in turn was holding up the price of practically everything else, jewel crafting and mining wise. So yeah, it goes to show one tiny little change, like adjusting the vendor price of a skeleton key, has some pretty big long tail knock-on effects. Why did it impact rousing prices though? Well, rousing prices are just consistently going down as more and more people decide that, you know what, this crafting business is too much like hard work, and they pick up gatherers. And, you know, the more people out there gathering, the more rousing essences there are. That's just, you know, that's just a matter of the way the economy works now. Stop healing him. The rousing essence prices will consistently go down. It's a slow and steady decline in most cases, it always is, but the price of materials always goes down. Even if they go up again, they will only eventually come back down. Boo hiss. No, no drop. Maybe because it wasn't an actual event rare. It was just a rare. Finally happened, ordered a new graphics card. Nice. What did you get? New graphics card day is cool. Not quite as cool as completely new PC day, but new graphics card day is always good. 7900 XTX. I hope you bought an air conditioning unit to go with it. Those things get hot. But that should guarantee you at least 15 FPS in Valdrakken. That's good news. GG. Drakthal. Death Shadow. Well, I guess we'll kill you and all then. Got AC since the really warm summer a few years back. Yeah, I'm now that I've moved, I am very concerned that this office is going to become an actual sauna in the summer.
In time, all Sharadin will fear us.
Which is not so problematic, other than one of those little portable AC units is not going to cut it in here. This room is way too big for one of those little things. I might need to look at some proper AC solution if it gets hotter here in the summer. Because behind me, this wall here, behind this wall, for reference, is 4 tons of pellets. And directly underneath my feet right now is the machine that burns them all to heat the water that heats the whole house and all of that sort of stuff. So all of my heating system is like directly under me, and it's on all the time. And obviously in the summer that's going to be problematic because it's going to get hella hot. So some form of active cooling in here is going to be essential, I think. Opening the windows is probably not going to cut it. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, Neela. Neela Firebane. I've got 3 minutes on me buff. Let's go. Surely there's other people on this shard that have seen. Anybody for Neela? Got a 4090 and I get 75 FPS in Valdrakken in 4K. That graphics card is just an absolute machine. It's so ridiculous, that thing. Right, in theory, this should, if everything goes to plan, give me the glimmer of fire. Now, I'm also interested in what's going to happen because we have all of these elemental shatter buffs up. Curiosity. Time to try and get answers. She's dead. No! Okay, maybe it'll come from you. What was your DPS with all the buffs? Oh, I wasn't pumping. I was just standing here, staying alive. I don't know. Probably not that impressive, to be honest. I need to refresh them. I can't refresh them in combat. Problematic. Problematic. Also, the fact that I'm a tank doesn't really lend well to increasing DPS. It's another 42 runs with no love rocket. Hey, consistency will pay off this time, I reckon. You get 14, if you do it every day, you'll get 14 increased opportunities If you do it every day, I reckon you'll have it done. Past that first time though, you're back into the 1,000+ kill grind. So I feel for you. I feel for you, but best of luck. Oh, come on, hurry up and die. Companion Drake does take an hour to kill and drops nothing. Yeah, I didn't think this dude actually drops anything. But you can't easily get out of combat without killing him. They really need to nerf this dude's health pool. It's outrageous. There we go. There's another one up. There's another one. Where is he? Oh, he's dead. That's where he is. Okay. Took us too long. Too long. Right. Refresh buffs. Let's go again. At least keeping these buffs up over time will give me enough data to go by that there's no chance of accidentally gaining a glimmer just by doing this. What's going on here? Why is there 16 people in this group? No reason. There just is.
With this key, we can breach the barrier within the vault and rid it of the infestations that have grown there. The Earth Warder's Forge has rewarded us with a bounty of weapons. Wield them and lay waste to the Kalashi invaders.
Kazakh? I don't think there's much point going to Kazakh, but let's see. No dice. I'm thinking now on the graphics card front that I'm probably going to be pretty good for a while with my graphics card. I think a 3070 should last me a while. If the 4070 comes out at a reasonable price, I'd probably consider it, but I don't think there's much necessity to upgrade for a little while. Probably chill till the 5000 series, I reckon now. By reasonable, do you mean less than 10k? By reasonable, I mean like six, maybe 700 euros. Although the reality is that a 4070 in theory shouldn't really actually be much more than like 400 or 500 euros, but the graphics card market's gone a bit bananas. Birthday's coming up and my brother sent me a WoW legendary coffee mug. It says soulbound and offhand with intellect and stamina and slots for cream socket and sugar socket. That's quite clever. I like that. I like that. Well, this dude is a rare all the same. Can we pull him out of here? I want to keep an eye on what's going on outside the cave, please. You should make this coffee mug a Patreon merch. Yeah, a few people keep mentioning merch, and I can't lie, I have considered it. But at the same time, I would much rather, I think I've also said this before, I wouldn't want to just bang out some shit. I would want to actually make something that I thought and felt was quite decent. Your t-shirts, your mugs, your regular merch on that in that sort of nature, I tend to worry is overdone nowadays by content creators and, you know, people alike. I'd want to figure out something a bit clever and a bit, you know, more personalised. Anybody can slap a logo on a t-shirt and call it a day, but that just feels like a cash grab to me. But I don't know how I would do it, which is why I haven't. But yeah, bundling something into some Patreon support would be, I think, probably smart. Because there's lots of people who have supported me on Patreon for quite a considerable time now. And I do worry that I don't really, you know, offer enough back. A mini goblin statue. Something like that would be cool. I'd obviously have to tread carefully not to step on like Blizzard's IP in that regard, but yeah, something like that could be quite cool. Your formula for making gold. Time plus effort multiplied by knowledge equals play WoW for free. Something. There you go. Yeah, sure. Ooh. Cane Firebrand. Have I got my buffs up? I do. See, that's a shirt I'd buy. Ooh, he hits hard. This dude slaps. Do you know if there's a script to track which glimmers you've DE'd? I'm not sure. There probably is. I would suspect because they're one-time things that they have a quest ID attached to them. And there's usually a script you can run to see if you've completed a quest or not. That would be the direction I would look to go. But I don't categorically know of one. Still no Blood Elf Paladin tank. If we get enough knowledge points for enchanting, or when we get enough knowledge points for enchanting, it might happen. Whatever you do, just make sure you have an item with your logo on it. Gold running through my veins. Make some tank top or some gym merch or something with gold runs through my veins. I don't know. Maybe not something quite as cheesy as that, but you know what I mean. This is the problem, you know, right? If I was to do merch, I would want to, you know, something basic like a t-shirt. If I was to do something like that, I wouldn't just slap my logo on it. I think it's a terrible idea because who in their right mind wants my logo on a t-shirt? People might buy it just as a way to, you know, support, but that's not really what I want. I would much rather make something that people do actually want and would actually wear. If I went that direction. So, I don't know. I have thought about it a little bit, but I've never come up with something that I'm happy with. Maybe in that regard I overthink it, but what's going on this realm? Why is there so many people in this group? Lots of people in a group often means rare. Or possibly dead rare. I think the key is to find a good quality supplier. This is also a thing. I reckon nowadays the, you know, the companies that have mass marketed themselves for this sort of thing, your Spreadshirt.com and all of these sorts of places, I suspect that the quality of their stuff is, the print is probably not terrible, but the t-shirts are probably like super basic. I'd probably need to, you know, throw some money at it to find somebody, get some samples done. But before you do all of that business, you need an idea. You know, it's not as merch is one of those things that sounds like just, oh, just throw a logo on a t-shirt, GG. It's really not, though, if you actually want to do it properly. Thinking about it, I wonder if this recipe has anything to do with one of the sneeze equals busted seams. Yeah, this is it. I reckon half of the stuff just falls out of a sweatshop in China and is like you know, a $2 t-shirt that's probably just trash. I wouldn't want to put my, you know, name on that. I wonder if this has got anything to do with the achievements for the storms, isn't there? Are they in exploration? Should probably do that. Storm Chaser. Complete the Into the Storm. Requires completing Storm Chaser, Stormed Off, Elemental Overload, and Storming the Runway. It doesn't strictly claim to give any rewards, but I wonder if this is like some, you know, you must have this done and then you do X, then you go and do something. You know, if one of these is the hidden trigger to unlock like a glimmer of insight or something. Which would mean I have a lot of storm chasing to do. Defeat creatures empowered with elemental air. Defeat creatures empowered with elemental fire. Maybe we should at least start ticking these off. Do we know if these are character specific or are these account wide? Because I've probably got a bunch of these already done on my main hunter. It's worth hanging out in the secret finding Discord if you don't already. There's a thread on this in there for the recipe. Is there really? I should probably hang out there, you're right. What's the WoW Secrets Discord? WoW Secret and Finding Collections. Let's hop in there. Wow, just a casual 190,000 members in that subreddit. Holy shit. they're focused on the Primal Invocation Quintessence toy, but the main lead at the moment is this recipe. Yeah, I suspect it probably is. I did not realise that that subreddit was such a big one. Can I find... I guess it's toys, right? Get a roll. Oh, hang on. I'll look at all that later. I'll look at that later. But you're right, I should hang out in there. Secret finding topics, Primal Invocation Quintessence. Secret finding topics. Solved secrets, unsolved. See, I need to have something like I need to utilize these threads more in the Discord, I think. For, you know, the simplistic goal making stuff. I think that could add a lot of value to the Discord. Possible hints. It has something to do with Dragonflight enchanting, because there's a crafted item called the Primal Invocation Extract that, depending on the quality, transforms the player into the summoned elemental for 10, 15 or 20 minutes. So the effect of this produce and the toy are the same, minus the duration in the lower quality ones. To be honest, it's not that great. You can't search a single thread, for example, only within a whole channel, but it does organise things a little bit better. Yeah, see, that's my thought, just from an organisational standpoint. Looking for the Primal Invocation Extract yielded no results. Again, it exists as a recipe in-game, but nobody seems to have crafted it yet. No results on the Undermine Journal on any server. Well, it's appeared on the EU, so we're one step ahead. Let's see. The spell has been found, but how is it connected to the toy? I searched Wowhead up and down, and I saw the connection to enchanting. Wasn't sure how it binds all together, or the quest, so-called quest, Supreme Invocation. This is really old. Well, let me jump to present and see what people are saying. Primal Extract is the destruction of awakened materials to get a buff. Destroying hundreds of these each type have yielded nothing. Destroying these and then crafting the corresponding illusion weapon enchants scepters with or without illustrious insights, and with or without proccing inspiration has also yielded nothing. Crafting and destroying the items while in a primal storm yielded nothing. TLDR, I've spent millions trying to discover this recipe and no luck. Oh dear. Got the fire glimmer. GG. Out of curiosity, did you have to get it from a rare? Or did it just drop for you? Sounds like you get Glimmer of Insight as a drop from Storms weekly or something. Yeah, potentially. Yesterday somebody was, although at the time it was not extensive, pre 10.0.5 there was a person named Sekazar who put the item on the auction house. That's the same person I just messaged. So that's when I started my experimentation. Never responded to me and never posted again. They're posting them again now, though. However, you cannot shatter elements in the Primalist future because it's not the Dragon Isle. Shattering is only allowed on the mainland. Oh no, there's a new... Oh, okay. There's a new person. There's a new person in town. Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. Somebody's got it. I'll pay attention and I'll figure it out. And it will be a remarkably good video when we find it. For now, let's kill creatures. Because we might as well be working on these storm achievements. As we're here. Oh, damn. Let's see if we can just get into a bigger group. I've got all of the glimmers, all from random mobs. Okay. I still think that the trick to this recipe has got something to do with these rares. My concern, though, is that there is clearly the possibility that you may not even be able to unlock the pattern until you have learnt this. Further study the shattering process. I do think that it might be... yeah, the recipe says it's obtained from a Glimmer of Insight. There might be some hidden restriction for the Glimmer of Insight dropping until you have something. It's what that something is, or what's that thing you have to do. We've killed Char, haven't we? Any idea if we're going to be able to fly normally in Dragonflight? It's not been confirmed, but there are rumours to suggest. Right, that group's got 9 people in all of a sudden. Why is that? Ah. Oh no, this does work towards the achievement. That's fine.
With this key, we can breach the barrier within the vault and rid it of the infestations that have grown there.
Dragon riding's been the single best open world thing that Blizzard's implemented. Stop the normal flying thing. I almost agree, you know. Anytime I go to anywhere else that's not on the Dragon Isles, normal riding just feels terrible. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good. It's like when you know, if you have a 5-year-old computer, you probably, you know, just put up with how it's slower, and you put up with how that it doesn't, you know, turn on as fast, and you know that when you press the on button, you can probably go make a cup of coffee before it switches on. You're aware of its quirks. And you're like, oh, it's, you know, an upgraded PC would be nice. But it's not really the end of the world. But then when you do upgrade your PC, your desire to ever turn on that old PC again disappears remarkably quickly. And it's kind of the same for me with normal flying. I didn't see anything wrong with normal flying until we got given something that is clearly superior. And it's called dragon riding. My desire more than anything else would be for them to put dragon riding everywhere else. Not bring normal flying to the Dragon Isles, but bring dragon riding to everywhere. That would be the approach that I would want.
I call upon your help at this time.
The only advantage, right? The only advantage that regular flying has over dragon riding, in my opinion, is the fact that you can hover. But that alone is actually problematic from a gameplay experience. Because if you can hover, what it practically meant, and this is one of the things that Blizzard has clearly been annoyed with when it comes to flying over the years, is the fact that somebody can just hover above a rare and wait for it. No chance of them ever engaging in any form of PvP. There's no chance of them ever engaging with anybody else. You know, they might as well be playing a single-player game. At least dragon riding means that you have to land. You have to, you know, if you want to just chill somewhere, you have to just chill there. Means you will run past people. You will see other people. I think the oh dear, I'm stuck in some rib cages. I think the hovering aspect of flying is just very problematic. We'll solve it Zereth Mortis style with those damn birds. Yeah, but causing one problem to fix another is never an approach that I like. I would much rather you fix the core problem than just kind of hack in some goddamn annoying birds that are going to aggro you every time you try and just chill somewhere for more than 30 seconds. But yeah, I know what you mean. Those birds were absolute cancer to the game, though. I hated those things. Short hops repeatedly running out of vigor's bad. Yeah, that's kind of frustrating, but you also learn to just not do it. Gathering is problematic. That is true. The only you know, gathering is definitely more frustrating with dragon riding than it was with regular flying. But I equally think that that's probably a good thing. The greater good of that is that bots have severely less impact this expansion. And I think dragon riding has definitely got to get some credit for that. Because you got to remember why bots do what they do, right? Bots do what they do because it's profitable for them to do it. Bots is all about making money, right? Nobody bots for free. Nobody bots for a hobby. No, people bot because they're trying to make money from it. They're trying to farm gold as effectively as possible, and then they're trying to sell it. It's real simple. Not your, 15-year-old teenager in a bedroom that just tries a botting program because they're intrigued and then gets banned and then never plays the game. Nobody cares about those. They come and go. But we're talking about the bot farms, right? The farms are doing it because they're making 10, 15, 20, 100 accounts. They're all doing a thing, and they're profitable enough that they pay for themselves and they turn a profit at the flip side. Without the ability, because bots could in theory run about on foot. They could just not fly. They could run about on foot. But then there's also more problems that come along with that. Which in turn makes it A, difficult presumably to code, and B, significantly less valuable to do it. And so that dramatically increases the risk. And the fact that we've had practically... Now, I'm not going to say there's been no bots in Dragonflight, because I've definitely seen some. But we've had practically no issues with bots this expansion so far. Touch all of the wood. And I would hope that it stays that way. And I think Dragon Riding has probably had a big part to play in that, because... they've just made Dragon Riding just makes it more difficult for them to do what they want to do in the way that they would like to do it. Which, it's a constant game of cat and mouse with bots anyway. The bots will figure it out, but hopefully by the time they figure it out, it's too late, and all of a sudden then they're not actually, by that point it doesn't matter. Beg to differ, this freaking bot is still here sitting on the auction house after 18 minutes. The one that logs on and then logs out again. Guess he goes to another server, comes back after 2 minutes. Yeah, that is clearly a very unique situation. In terms of it's clearly somebody that is not using any publicly available software to do that. They've clearly bespoked that entire thing. And so have figured out how to evade Blizzard's detection. And probably, yeah, that's probably just frustrating. I can understand, but... Bot prices, the only bots I've seen so far when fishes were high. Yeah, there's like I said, there comes a point where bots want to do what they want to do, and they want to do it fast, and they want to do it early, and they want to do it when the prices of everything are ridiculous. Take a look back to the beginning of Shadowlands, right? Beginning of Shadowlands, the bots were all over Heavy Callous Hide, right? How many druids did you see just, auto skinning for Heavy Callous Hide 24 hours a day? Glimmer of Fire. There it is. The reality was they were doing that for the very simple reason that Heavy Callous Hide was 2,000 gold a piece, and they were printing 30, 40,000 gold an hour, 24 hours a day. It was just astronomical. But... by the time, they can only make 2,000 or 3,000 gold an hour, they don't care to do it anymore. And the interesting thing is now, is it's actually probably more valuable for the bots, dare I say it, to bot Classic than it is to bot Retail. Because there's no token in, with no token in Classic, means that if you want gold, you have to either buy it or farm it. There's no third legitimate way. So I would suspect very, very quickly it becomes significantly more valuable for bots to do their thing on Classic rather than Retail. So, good luck if you play Classic. Sorry. I've kind of given up with the whole keeping that buffs thing up, haven't I? I've just realised. This is what happens when I start doing something else and talking about something else. I get distracted. Raznar the War Ender? Experiment ruined. Those damn squirrels. I decided to go for this achievement and get some kills under my belt, and then all of a sudden that completely distracted me from doing anything convenient. Ah, there's rares all over the shop. Can we bring them all to one spot, maybe? Is there new crafted gear coming on 10.0.7? I don't think there's new crafted gear. Hey, Dragon Shard! Well, hello there. How do you do? Oh, well, let's bring you up here. Probably should have killed this dude with the others, but... we need to take a look on the PTR, actually. I just end up having too many things that I want to be doing in the actual live version of the game right now to spend much time on the PTR. PTR is you know, when I'm bored and I've got nothing else to do, I look on the PTR. I wish I'd never stumbled across this little enchanting pattern, you know, because this is going to send me down a rabbit hole that until I find the answer is going to annoy me. Somebody just got themselves a bottled essence. Let's think about this for a minute. How quickly do we think, just out of curiosity, can I get 30 knowledge points with enchanting? I've got 13 right now. There's another 12. That's 25. I need 5 more to max that out. 10 dragon shards. So if I get the final glimmer, what have I got? Frost, earth, fire. What's the last one? Air. I need air.
As a good friend,
Then a couple of dragon shards. We can probably max that node out.
call upon your help at this time.
See if that makes any difference whatsoever.
I believe
I do have a sneaky suspicion that having that node max might be the trigger to allow you to get something.
to secure the citadel.
Simply because I don't think there's many people stupid enough to have put 40 knowledge points into that yet. I'm willing to sacrifice my profession for science. It's not like I haven't got other professions I can be playing with anyway. People have deliberately just left this dude the fuck alone. I won't kill him. He takes forever to kill. He doesn't drop nothing. Nobody. Look, there's people dancing around. Nah, you tag him. Nah, you tag him. Stupid flappy bird that's got a bajillion health. See if I can bait somebody into... You want that only person to reply to your mail, yet you keep calling them stupid on stream? I don't think I did. Maybe the only thing this dude drops is that pattern. Ooh. Madness genius is a fine line. Yeah. That dragon's also got more health points than the rare that you want to kill. Oh, definitely. Oh, he tagged him. Oh, he did it. He did it. Let's come back in a week and see if he's dead. We could buff up and kill it. I don't know why it's got... Oh. Oh, I think it's because he's resetting. Well, you have fun with that, fellas. I've killed him once. Okay. These storms are only available for like another 2 minutes. So, at least we got our fire one. What would be nice now is if a air storm would pop up. Air storm would be very preferable. Siege in 2. I don't think I need the siege on any characters anymore. But it's a good shout to maybe get it done either way. I've done it on this character this week. It was at that moment the druid realised he fucked up. Char's up again. Char's always up. Char needs to take a break. Okay. Let's give it a minute. Let's see. Do we think that there's going to be... Does Wowhead tell you what storms are coming up? Are they actually on a fixed rotation? Well, let's grab a drink and I'll find out. Back in 2. Okay. Quick question. Do you have any suggestions how to make passive gold with alts nowadays? There's not really many options, to be honest. Your tailoring and alchemy cooldowns is practically it. Taylor's making probably bags, whether it be regular bags or reagent bags. You're going to need at least one tailor that's got, let me think about this. You're going to need one tailor on your account that's got at least 19, I think, with the Dragon Scale Expedition to get the recipe. But any of your alts can just, you know, craft the materials and then send them to your main. Yeah, that's about it, to be honest. Aha, now we've got to go over to this storm. Should we do the siege anyway? Let's just chill here for a minute. In fact, are these going to count? These are going to count to the 200 quota, aren't they? So let's hang fire here for a minute. Yeah, the tailoring stuff's pretty easy to set up. Obviously, it is going to take up one of your professions. But, you know, if it's an alt and you're looking for passive gold, that's about as good of an option as you've got right now. But be aware, it's something that will be less and less valuable every single day as more and more people do it. So it's probably going to be one of those. It's passive, sure, but it will make you more gold now. In 6 months' time, it probably will only make you pennies and be remarkably not worth it, I would guess. Came for the primal invocation hunt from the Discord notification. It seems like I'm late. Any more info on it, on what he's got? Well, I'm just trying to do anything that seems to relate to, you know, the primals or the storms or that sort of stuff. My first focus here is getting all of the glimmers that we know about. Obviously, I can't get the last one now until we get an air storm. So I'm kind of just waiting for the game to do its thing right now. But whilst that happens, I'm also trying to do any of the firestorm or any of the achievements for killing things during the storms as well, because, you know, maybe, just maybe, part of it is having some of the achievements done or something. I don't know. We don't know. The point is that nobody knows, so you just got to do stuff that you think might be relevant until you figure something out. Process of elimination, I guess. Can I run up here and just tag a bunch of stuff? Because it's all going to count towards, and everybody else will plow in and kill it. Haha.
To keep us out with fire. Ha! Show them we dragons bring the heat.
Yeah, there's not much news to go by. I'm going to pay a little bit of attention to the... I've jumped in the WoW Secrets Discord, and I'll have a poke about that, and we'll see what goes there.
That fort and clear out any stragglers.
It's one of those things that I reckon the only way that it, you know, it'll get figured out via the community at some point. But, you know, the best thing to do is just to do lots of things that you think might work or might be useful. And if they turn out to be, then great. If not, well, you've done it, so hopefully you've gained something else from it as well. Now, where's Captain Lancer gone? Lancer party. Boom, down he goes. At least we're getting lots of things to disenchant. Oh shit, that's actually an upgrade. There's me saying about disenchanting. That thing's actually a massive upgrade. Well, well, well. Okay. Now I need a little over 50 enemies defeated. Doesn't this area bug out though once the if there's also a storm and if there's a storm and the siege is up, this place doesn't work properly, does it? Because, you know, multi-dollar company and all. So I might be a bit scuppered on that one and all. How do we fix this then? Okay. The only storm that's up, I don't appear to be able to do anything with it because it's also the storm that sits on top of the... Alright. We might be... This could be problematic. Did I get an earth... Did I get an earth hand in for some gear? I don't think I did I? Damn. Do I want to use... Do I want to use my Dragon Shards of Knowledge right now to boost this? Because I could get that to 40 now. An extra 30% chance to gain additional rousing elements. Do I get anything interesting while I do it? Skill while crafting enchants. Well, that's a benefit all the same. Learn to make the pet. A bit more inspiration. 10 bonus skill. Additional inspiration. And then whatever this actually does, which is questionable even to this day. $23, $33, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39, $40, $41, $42. We've got the points to do it. Got the points to do it now. The annoyance for me is that I don't particularly want to go past this node, because these last 10 points are not super valuable for me in anything other than just experimentation. Because the reality is, what I'm also trying to do is get these weapon enchants to be within the hidden craft value. That's something I'm really trying to achieve, which, believe it or not, is possible. As of right now, I'm killing a rare daily on 10 ults and skinning it for 1,000 gold. Not that great, 1,000 per ult. Yeah, at that point, I probably wouldn't bother. I mean, you got world quests that give you 1,200 gold now. You know, for example, there's a world quest up in Waking Shores that gives you 700 gold. Can you try that with a copy of this character on the PTR, maybe? Yeah, I wouldn't want to accidentally stumble across something on the PTR that I then can't replicate on the live version, though. That would annoy me to some serious extent. I'm up to a 15% chance of proccing the hidden craft value on weapons for rank 3s. Jesus, you can dump a lot of points into enchanting. Yeah, you absolutely can. Enchanting appears to be one of the only professions where, to really optimize it, you do actually need to put points in all of the trees, which I think is quite interesting. Each and every one of the trees has generic skill gain points in it. So for me right now, there's skill to be gained here, there's skill to be gained here. So that's an extra 10 skill points when crafting enchants. There's also 5 here and 10 all the way at 45 points here. And even Draconic Disenchantment has generic plus skill. So 5, 10, 15, 25 skill points come from here. So you actually do need to put skill points into all 3 trees. It's the only profession that works this way so far. If you really want to be the best of the best at making these, you need, you know, selective points spent everywhere. I'm going to be a couple of weeks behind because I've filled out Resourcefulness Writ. Because this only gives me plus skill when crafting specific enchants, not generic skill points. Obviously, the resourcefulness is a bonus. It makes anything I'm doing slightly more likely to be profitable. But the reality is I probably shouldn't have put 30 points here. I should have put these points. Those 30 points would be more effectively spent like in one of these 2 nodes right now because of the flat skill bonus they give. Right, what do I do then? Because I'm just hovering around here. There's not a lot I can actually achieve. There is 2 rares I can still kill for the fire ones, but I've got the fire glimmer. I might just be a little bit stuck for progress on this dude right now, because the only storm that's up isn't really up. Because I can't kill anything, because Dragonbane is hogging it. Ooh, yoink. Supply jar. Can I do anything else on this character that's going to benefit me for the purpose of my professions, though? I also need to make my tools much better. Much, much better. What I really need to do is actually unlock the ability to make the damn thing myself, but that then requires me putting 10 points in here. Another 10 points I don't particularly want to spend, but probably should. These are just appearances. Illusory Adornment, what does this do? Temporarily imbues shoulders with a windswept illusion. That's hella boring. What do these scepter things do? Wave the scepter, projecting an illusionary orb of air in front of you. See, these things seem so pointless. But they're entirely pointless. And the fact that they're entirely pointless makes me wonder that they must be in the game for a reason. Especially when there's a secret to be found. Oh, I don't know. I'm just stuck for ideas right now. Curious what they're going to do with professions in 10.1. I don't think they're going to do anything anywhere near as much as what people are starting to think that they might do. People are like, oh, they're going to add new spec trees, they're going to add new, you know, I don't think it's going to be anything particularly grandioso at all. With a new zone, a new raid, we might get like a new optional reagent to apply, you know, a further increasement to gear crafting. I don't think there's going to be much new. I think they're just going to build upon what we already have. New recipes obtained with reps, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't feel they're going to do much more than that, honestly. Because the way that I look at it is that the spec trees have been very carefully calculated and balanced. You start slapping an extra spec tree on out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden that balance goes completely out of whack. I think they're far more likely to do something with the tools. Maybe giving you bigger and better, fancier tools to, you know, something to chase, something to go and get, like a tier 3 tool, epic tools for more professions. They're more likely to give us a new optional reagent to allow us to upgrade the gear that we have already learned how to craft, to upgrade it further than 418. Because this is the conclusion of, you know, what they started in Shadowlands. This whole optional reagent thing and Crafter's Mark in Shadowlands was their first, you know, effort with this system. Dragonflight is now probably the conclusion of the system for them. So they probably know what they're going to do. Well, I mean, they absolutely definitely know what they're going to do. We just haven't been told yet. But I don't think it's going to be anything too sweeping changes. It's going to have to sit on the base system that we already have. And yes, that might mean that you end up wearing the lariat for the rest of the expansion. I really do think that they plan for you to take the crafted gear with you into the next patches. This, I think, was partly the reason why they didn't want you to throw it into the catalyst to turn it into tier set. Because that sounds like a short-term gain. Okay, I can make this piece of crafted gear and then I can turn it into a tier set. GG, I've got my tier set. But then, when the next patch comes round and that tier set is going to be set to be replaced, and you get given the option to upgrade that crafted gear even further, you're going to be slightly annoyed at the fact you turned it into a tier piece, because then you have to make the thing again. And that's kind of what they were trying to get away from. I think they quite clearly have plans for us to take the crafted gear that we have equipped and have already made, and I think they plan for us to continuously upgrade this. They've already said that actually that they're looking at making recrafting. They wanted recrafting to be available through the public order system, and it was only shortly before the game went live they took that option out. So that may be something that they couldn't quite get to work the way that they wanted it to for launch, but it will come back in, like, say, 10.1 to, you know, make recrafting your gear much easier. Obviously, first patch of an expansion, you can have it be the thing. It can be new, it can be complicated, but they probably want to make it easier going forward. So, like, public recraft orders. That's probably where you know, that might be where they sort of meet you in the middle and say, right, well, you can't specify the quality of something when you craft it the first time, because we want the public order system to allow anybody to fill those orders regardless of your skill. The only requirement being is you have the recipe. But then it might be that you know, sure, when you go to get it recrafted, if you've got one at quality 2 and you want it at quality 4, you can put in a recraft order for that and you can put it out to the public, and then only the people who have the skill to be able to do that can then pick it up. That might be the middle ground. We don't know. But yeah, all a theory. Right. What I do need, though, is I do need a little bit more reputation on this dude. So, Grand Hunts might be the smart thing for me to do, actually. Where's the Grand Hunts in Azure Span? Can I find a group for the Grand Hunts? Oh, no, hang on. Custom. No, not. Grand Hunt War Mode on. Is that it? People not doing hunts anymore? Clearly not. Right, maybe we go do a couple of Grand Hunts ourselves then. I think I'm renown 18 with the Centaurs, but I need to get to 22. Don't really need a group for the hunt, it seems. I mean, you don't, but you can bang them out in like 3 or 4 minutes each when you do have a good group. It's just a time-saving thing. Where is it? Hello? Oh, it's all the way over there. Ugh. Oh, and I'm out of vigour. God damn. I'm clearly putting a lot of time and effort into this character, which is meant to be an alt right now. This is not meant to be... I'm not meant to be spending this much time on this character. Not at all. But this is the luxury, you know? I kind of feel as if I'm almost done on my main character now. I've got all of the reputations at max. I've got my professions, like, really in good place. You know, I don't care for gear, so gearing doesn't really bother me all that much, but... Whereas these alts, I now have stuff to do. I have recipes to pick up, knowledge to gain, expertise to be had, and I want to go get it. Not having any vigor, though. We were talking earlier about how running out of vigor was annoying. I think I agree now. I probably should actually go and upgrade a few bits of this gear, to be honest. I've still got a 327 ring on, for Christ's sake. But... my lack of vigor is actually frustrating me no end. Oh, the hunt's gone. It's down here this way. Ah, phooey. Right. Right, let's actually dragon ride properly. Right, let's blow the horn. Go, go, gadget, go.
Help the land renew by nurturing these young. When they are grown, they will become fine quarry for our hunt.
This is such an odd thing to do, to climb up. Oh, you climb up a ladder, you save the bear, and then you throw it back to the... That's what you're doing. Okay, now it makes sense. Was there a Dragon Shard World Quest in the EU this week? I didn't see it on any of my characters, no. Clear to me that they're, you know, not going to be very... It's something to add to your list, but it's not something that you're doing all the time by the looks of things. They had a similar bear saving quest in Cataclysm, but you actually climbed the tree. I remember that. I do. Was that Cataclysm or was that Wrath? I seem to remember that was in Northrend somewhere. I might be wrong. Ah, in Hyjal. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right, actually. Throwing them onto the trampoline, yeah. God damn, some of us have played this game for too long. "15 years and counting." Yeah. It scares me when I think just how long I've played this game for, to be honest. Like, it's weird, but practically my entire adult life I have played this game. It's just really strange to say. One more. Where's a new ladder? Although saying that, it's even more weird to think that I now make a living from playing it as well, which is scary. Who are we killing? Oh, that's a big goat. Oh, Jesus. I mean, no. Oh, this is the debuff that's gets stuck in the auction house occasionally.
This group of angry beasts cannot be calmed.
I wondered where that came from. It's a hunt thing. December 2005, the gaming industry lost me as a customer who buys and plays various games in a year. It's I obviously really enjoy playing World of Warcraft and always have. But that is one thing that's been a bit of a bugbear of mine for a long time. Is that I don't mind an MMO having a lot of stuff in it to do. And this is entirely, or, well, maybe not entirely, but definitely at least partially my own fault. But the one thing that does frustrate me about World of Warcraft is how it so very cleverly makes it so that you feel you can never leave. Like, I would also love to play like lots of other games. If I could figure out some way to not only play World of Warcraft as much as I feel like I want to, but also somehow could then play other games consistently as well. I haven't quite figured out that trick yet. But there are lots of other games I A, do play, and B, would also want to play, but just don't because I spend my entire time playing World of Warcraft. Just stop sleeping. Well, this is it. Yeah, if I sacrifice 8 hours of sleep faster, then maybe. But unfortunately, I like my beauty sleep. 28 or 30 hours in the day is the solution to play more games. Yeah. Yeah. This is why I was kind of quite hoping that Dragonflight was going to soften up on this a touch, because it definitely looks as if it's going that way. As if you can get to a point where you can actually turn around and say, right, you know what? I've done what I want to do with this now. Let me put the game down. Let me go do something else. And, you know, I'll come back in a week or two when there's something new to do. I guess it's slightly problematic that I've carved out a little bit more of a hardcore playstyle for this game than most, but like I said, I know it's partly my fault, but yeah. This is why I get the Factorio bug. This is why I get the Diablo 3 bug from time to time. Because I do play pretty much exclusively World of Warcraft only. But I do enjoy a lot of other games. When you install all the things, you're done. Yeah, oh, yeah, without doubt. Yeah, this is why, you know, for the first 6 to 8 weeks of Dragonflight, I didn't install all... I had it switched off on all of my characters. I didn't want to know. I don't want to know about all of the shiny things I could be getting that I don't have. Not because I don't want them, but because I can't resist. I just can't resist. I want them all. Maybe I just need to, I need to be cleverer about things. Maybe I need to outsource. I just need to hire somebody to do a clips channel for me to keep YouTube happy. There's a plan of action. The new D3 season looks pretty good. Hey, don't be saying things like that, for the love of all that's holy. Although, I have my pre-order in for D4. We need to remember that that's not actually all that far away now. It might not be time to start getting the Diablo vibes going. I reckon this season of Diablo 3 might actually pop off because of that, you know. People kind of thinking that, you know, ooh, Diablo 4's around the corner. Which is still a bit weird to say, considering we've been waiting for Diablo 4 for what feels like forever. I've very carefully stayed away from all the things not to get sucked into the rabbit hole. Yeah. It's a wise move. I know full well that as soon as I have it installed, it's, you know, my opportunity of playing anything else is practically none. Did you pre-order the collector's edition that doesn't include the game? I didn't, no. I have pre-ordered the game on my Battle.net though. Bought exclusively with gold, which is always very nice. That's not a new feeling. We waited for Diablo 3 for 10 years as well. True. And then the real money auction house. Genius. Selling hamburgers for $250. And Bolkathos weapons and can't remember what else. I love people's fixation with Blizzard. It's like they're the first offering a gameless collection. Well, yeah, exactly. But this is it, right? When you're sucked into the Blizzard ecosystem, you're blind to everything else that's going on. Quite genuinely blind to the rest of the world. It's why Apple fanboys get, you know, ripped off all day long.
Well done, 4 2 foot.
Alright, there's our first one. Two
There are
more. Two more.
places
Where's the
ripe for
next
hunting.
hunt?
The Shakar will seek out new grounds.
Where is it? Over there. Wait, that wasn't a joke. There's a collector's edition without the game. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, the Diablo 4 collector's edition does not include the game. You have to buy the game. Game must be purchased separately. Find it pretty convenient. I had to buy a Doom 2016 S4 version that I can't use because I couldn't find a PC one. Oh, PS4 version. Are you saying the gamer is the equivalent of a brainless Apple sheep? I've got nothing against people that utilize and like Apple. My wife is one of them. She has practically every Apple product ever made. But gamers have this natural aversion to Apple for the very simple reason that trying to game on an Apple device is problematic at best. I tell you what, if Apple just spent 1% of their money on making their operating system just more flexible for developers to put games on it, they would literally take over the entire world. I'm telling you now that the Apple Silicon is bananas crazy good. If they could get that Apple Silicon to work well with you know, for video gamers, woo, market share through the roof. What am I doing here? Killing things. Because I tell you now, every single person out there that's got a 4090 clearly has enough money to pay the Apple tax. And clearly would not object to doing so given the option either. There's an easy process to get a refund on the base game for a collector's edition buyers, so you can do pre-launch and launch stuff if the shipment is delayed. I mean, I just find it, even though that is true, and welcome in Mr. Gumdrops, I still find it funny that it's even a thing. And I think it's probably the reason they chose to sell the collector's edition without a game is entirely because of that, right? Because people felt the need to buy the game twice anyway when they bought a collector's edition, and they didn't want 2 copies of the game. So, you know, maybe we just won't give you a copy of the game with a collector's edition. It's so silly, but
The nesting in this area is too dense. The land cannot sustain all these creatures.
I find it funny at least. How do we click a nest? What are we doing here? Nests cleared. Pick up a rock, I guess. Stupid birdies. Do we pick? What do we do? Pick up a... Oh! We got to throw it into the nest, or have we just got to knock the nest out? Okay. Can we use the same rock pile more than once? Apparently we can. Have they added new things to these hunts? I don't remember doing this thing ever before. It's not new. Maybe I've just never done this one. I didn't actually do anywhere near as many hunts as some other people did. I actually ground out Centaur reputation via world quests, actually, mostly. And just consistent playing every week. Right, let's poke the big bear. I had the theory that I'd level up my Skinner with hunts almost exclusively, but I just never got round to it. It's gathering, it's farming. Not high on my list of things to do. Look for the disgruntled hunter, Hemet Nessingway Jr. for the achievement. Isn't he in like 7 different spots or something? Is it? I've not paid much attention to achievements at all yet, other than my own personal achievements, since it's only recently I've turned all the things on. He's in 1 spot per hunt area. Oh, I see. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, considering, you know, what he does. Ah, clever. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Hunt
down the creatures in this area.
Who are we hunting? Oh, just kill things. Kill things. I can chill for a kill things quest. I'm a tank anyway. I don't kill things at any speed. What time is it actually? Oh, it's nearly 3 o'clock. Holy Jesus. I suppose I started late today, didn't I? This is also the fun thing about WoW. During this period of time where there's just loads of stuff to do, I've done this a few times over the last few days where I've streamed for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I like think, what did I do for 3 or 4 hours? And I seemingly have done nothing. Clearly a great example of Blizzard being outrageously good at just being a time sink. It's like, how is that a thing? How have I spent 3 or 4 hours and done nothing? Actually nothing. Yeah, starting the stream an hour late today probably isn't going to have helped that, but the reason I'm concerned about time is Mrs. Manthieus is flying home probably about now, and I think she lands at about 4, which means I will need to not be streaming. She was away on a business meeting the last few days. Half the reason why my schedule's been a bit up and down this week is simply the fact that all of a sudden I've been doing everything. When under normal circumstances, you know, we share it 50-50. A quick tidy up. That's part of the reason why I was part of the reason why the stream was an hour late this morning. As I felt that it might be sensible to do a quick tidy up earlier this morning. You know, the default, you know, empty the dishwasher, refill the dishwasher.
Are you just glad to see me?
Make sure that there's no skid marks, you know. The toilet seat's down. You know, all the usual man problems that are not problems for most men, but are problematic when they are not done. If you don't leave the stream room, the rest of the house stays clean. Well, that's also very true. Unfortunately, though, I've got 2 doggos that would not be best pleased if I took that approach. Although they are both very chilling right now. One is oh, you can see one in the background here. She's fast asleep. Doggo number 2 has claimed the floor.
Your skills impress me, Two-Foot.
Oh, hello.
We must let this land be replenished. My scouts will seek new
Okay, the camera doesn't want to
grounds.
stay, but doggo number
And
2 is
new
down there.
challenges.
They are alive, I swear. Right, hunt number 2. One more to do. Where's the last one? Back up this way. So many comfy places, but the floor is best. Always. Yeah. Well, my doggos are, they often have a hard time finding a place where they get comfortable because they're Finnish Lapland dogs. And they're originally bred to, like, you know, herd reindeer. So their coat gets really thick in the winter, and they get hot, which is why they tend to like the floor and would quite happily just be outside all day long, because they don't get cold, but they definitely do get hot. So the floor is often a cool spot, although that said, there's underfloor heating in here, so it's probably not that cool. Yeah, brown dog, this one, she'd happily live outside literally 24 hours a day. Any weather. I don't think she's been cold in her life. She loves the snow.
How are you?
It randomly snowed again last night. We've had a really dog shit winter this year in terms of snow. Barely any snow at all. We had a fair amount of snow to begin with, but we've had one of the most mild winters I think I've ever experienced in Finland. It's not even been like negative degrees. And for me personally, the temperature between +5 degrees and -5 degrees is just horrible. But past -5, then it's just cold. And it's easy, because all you do is just put more clothes on. And then you're not cold anymore. Because it's dry. It's when it's wet, it's just horrible. And that's been this entire winter. Weird, because in Australia it snowed in summer and doesn't even snow in the winter normally. Welcome to global warming. World's gone mad. If it's dry, it's fine. Yeah, you know, plus, if it's warm enough to be dry, great. If it's cold enough to be, you know, so cold that it's then dry again, great. But it's that middle bit that I absolutely hate. 5 degrees to -5 degrees. That 10-degree gap where it's just wet. Horrible. I've loved it. Had plenty of snow for a while in Helsinki. Yeah, there was a fair amount of snow in Helsinki at one point, which doesn't happen every year. But the downside being is that the irony is that Helsinki is not really very well designed for snow. Helsinki feels, to me at least, Helsinki feels like a lot like what happens in the UK when it snows. There's just mass panic, and nobody knows what the hell's going on. The roads never get cleared. There's nowhere, and the roads don't get cleared in Helsinki because there's nowhere to put the snow. For the most part, But the rest of Finland, you know, they're used to snow. Snow plows are out at 5 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, the roads are clear. You know, it's just nice. It's just organised. What are we doing here? What are these things? Wiggly boys. The usual day in Prague was like minus 12 to 15, but it was dry, so it's fine, yeah. Apart from the one day where it went minus 5, minus 25, yeah. Minus 25, minus 30, that's when it starts to get quite chilly. I still remember very clearly the day we moved to Finland from the UK. It was plus 14 degrees in London, where we flew from. It was plus 14 degrees in London, and we landed in Finland, and it was minus 24 degrees. I was like, what the fuck have I done? What have I done? I started to regret my decisions very quickly with those temperature differences. I got used to it nice and quick. Lived in Seattle, Washington for a bit. They have 2 seasons, wet season and drought season, where the yeah, that's 2 very extremes. Can't do it in combat? Get out of combat then. Oh, barkback yetis. I read that as bareback yetis. I was like, what? What are these yetis up to? These yetis are going to get a disease. It's like jewel crafting specialization tree. Ah, face sitting. Lovely. Oh, no, read it again. We are getting significantly more rousing essences though. While it's difficult to put actual numbers to this, you know, 10% more chance of gaining essences is already being beneficial, I can tell. Whoa, 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 hang on. So, maybe, whoa, you gotta, what are you doing? So maybe filling that node might not be the worst idea. Oh, 4 minutes till the storms are back up again. I wonder what's... Please be an air storm. I really need an air storm. Don't care where it is, just need an air storm.
Collect the remaining hunting gear. It will prove useful to us.
Where's the hunting gear? Here we go. Oh, what? Oh, we got to bring it back to this dude. Oh, I ate these ones. These are annoying.
What roads have you
Oh,
traveled?
no, hang on. You don't drop it, do you?
Good luck.
You speak to the
Hold your
dude and he
dog.
takes it from you. There we go, that's how you do it. Right, give me another parcel. Another package, please. There's one. Flipping a little over 6,000 cards of omens, it's something to do. It certainly is. Cards of they're not the Dragonflight ones, right? No, they're Fated Fortune cards. Yeah, cards of omens are the garrison ones. I can't find any more boxes of stuff. Oh, there's one. Where in the world is the dude I take it to, though? Oh, he's miles off. Ah, stupid moo cow is slow as hell to begin with.
My hearth awaits you.
There we go. That's the last one I'm doing. Somebody can do the last one. I know people just AFK these hunts, but I'd rather just be actually doing something. What was that? A seal of order? Oh, it's one of the things you disenchant. Okay. Some dust. $97. There we go. Oh, it's done. Lovely.
Your skills impress me, Two-Foot.
Right, there we go. There's our 3 hunts done.
My scouts will seek new
20.
and new
Oh,
challenges.
pair of legs. Pair of upgrade legs. Go on then. Right, let's hand in these trophies then. 50 trophies. That should get us a renown level or 2, maybe? No, what are they? Maybe a renown level. Maybe 2 because of the buff. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. We need to get to renown 22 either way. Where am I going? Not the right way. Card of Omens, that was a nice little experiment. BFA, I turned my spare 27k WoD herbs lying around for years into those cards. 10,000 of them made 40k. Fair play. Did you just say Glimmer of Order? I don't think I did I? Or did I? Did I say Glimmer of Order? No, I said Seal of Order. Yeah, Glimmer of Order would I think I'd have would have spotted that one. It's a Seal of Order.
Our tribe holds
Hey, maybe
special
that's it.
connection to Wind.
Maybe a Glimmer of Order
Descended from Onara herself.
is what gives you the
nestlings
recipe,
and eggs are
but
trapped
it's
in
a
our
rare
overtaken village.
random drop thing. I don't know.
Help
Who
save
knows?
them.
Who knows at this point? Oh, an air storm is up. Nice. Where? Oh, well, Grizzle Rock's over there. I need to kill Grizzle Rock anyway. Can I get to Grizzle Rock before... Can I do this out of curiosity whilst mounted? No.
The Nokud are unwavering in their combat prowess. Disrupt their training and eliminate their forces. Buy us precious time to retaliate against them.
Thunderstorm. We're not in the Waking Shores. We're in the Anaran Plains. Chasing storms in Anaran Plains. Thunderstorms in the Anaran Plains. That one. If nothing else, doing all of these storms though will give me lots of the elemental dust things to buy the mount and stuff, which I still haven't done yet because, you know, that's part of all the things. And I can probably gear this dude up a little bit, even actually thinking about it. Full set of storm gear maybe. Jesus, how much health does this goddamn piece of rock have? Clearly a lot. Clearly an awful lot. Right, there we go. Yoink. Transmute Awakened Earth. Pack Leader's Pelt. Who's this one? Huntmaster Summon. Oh, this isn't even one of the event rares. Oops, I do this every time. I accidentally pick the rare that's not the event rare. Where the hell do all of these things keep coming from? Did TSM just say that Transmute had a 48 gold price but vendors for 50? Maybe. Where is it? Yeah, it does. It's got a market price of 56 gold. That's quite funny. Have we missed this dude then? Clearly. Was there any information about the gold reward change from world requests? Did it affect any other daily quests? There was nothing official, I don't think. Not exactly as what you were looking for anyway. They have upped the item level of the gear a touch. They've upped the gold rewards a touch. I don't know if it's just because it's that, you know, it's time, or whether it was in relation to the common complaint that there is not enough stuff for, you know, to make gold with. I don't know. These motherfuckers don't want to die. I probably should be doing this in a group. Although everybody's piling in now, it's fine. Oh, snap! I got one shot. one shot by being hit 500 times without healing. Do you know what I mean? Like the change, 2k gold from one of the world quests in the Inaran Plains. I think it's probably to do with the fact that, you know, without callings and stuff, people's passive way of making gold is actually really limited in Dragonflight. Now, that's not to say that people could very quickly and very easily just make 20, 30,000 gold by, you know, just picking up a herbalist, but, you know, people still don't want to be. People still complain. Right, actually, what am I doing pissing about in this little zone right now? I don't really need to be here, do I? I need to be over in the air section. Which it also claims to be in the Inaran Plains, which it's not. It's Cobalt Assembly again. Why does the game think that the elemental... Or why does that weak aura think that this elemental storm that's in Cobalt Assembly is part of the Inaran Plains? It's really not. It's really not. It might not be a terrible idea, actually, while we're here, just to get this done. Kill 150 things. This is not a difficult one to kill a lot of stuff with, so...
Your distraction is invaluable to our
Oh,
efforts.
we're now 19.
Remain
Yoink.
alert. Though we have weakened their forces,
I get 6
they will
Primal
not
Chaos
falter.
from that. Nice. Do you know if we're getting any new hidden profession trainers, treasures boosts to specializations? No idea. I keep meaning to spend some time on the PTR, but honestly, I feel as if I've got way too many things I want to be doing and keeping up with in retail, in the live version of the game. Like, whoa! I've got to be careful of that. In the live version of the game, to spend too much time on the PTR at the moment. We will get there. I just need to find some time to do it. I keep getting distracted by doing other silly things, like trying to find where flipping recipes come from. Good morning from NA Goblins. Is it that time of the day? It is getting there, isn't it? Welcome in. Good morning. To you at least. Where's he running off to? Why are you just running off like a moron? Can't we just kill things, please?
Let's make sweet, sweet profit together.
Oh, Cooper with the Prime. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Quick, gotta get the tag on this lot. Must help kill. I'm actually hoping that now that we have, well, I'm still very much, why am I stunned? I'm still very much trying to get everything fixed and sorted, but I am clearly hoping now that with having the studio, it means I can do more NA-friendly streams. I would very much like to be able to stream in the evenings a little bit more. The thing that stopped me streaming in the evening for the most was that it just wasn't too convenient to do in the old house. But now, dedicated space and all. Because it's weird, when I look at my analytics, which I do a lot because I'm a geek, but my analytics is quite interesting. My stream viewership is like quite varied, but obviously based on the time when I stream, it's very European heavy. Whereas my YouTube is the exact opposite. My YouTube viewership is like 40% American. Farming all the viewer markets. Well, it's interesting, right? Because I know full well there's people that very clearly only watch me on YouTube, or alternatively only watch me on Twitch. I don't actually think the crossover is that large. Reading a Reddit post going to bed last night about people liking, disliking the new profession system made me really realise I want you to do a video that tells people to sit down, shut up and be patient. It's one of the big problems is that people seem to misunderstand just how gold making works. Gold making is a byproduct. Gold making is a byproduct of finding a gap in the market. If there isn't a gap in the market, you don't make gold. That doesn't then mean that the system itself is bad. It just means that you haven't found a gap. And this is why when Blizzard creates these profession systems, they don't create them with gold making in mind. Blizzard looks at it from the utility standpoint. What utility do these professions mean? What do these professions offer people from a gameplay perspective? If you happen to be able to make some gold out of it, then congratulations, well done. But that's never very high. It's never very high on the priority list when they design these systems. And whilst I don't think I've strictly done a video just telling people that in as much detail, what I did say very, very quickly was that the profession system is going to be really fun to play with, but it's not going to make people a lot of gold. You have to have a severely, almost broken and aggressively unbalanced system to make a lot of gold. Hence Shadowlands Legendaries, which was very clearly broken. A super aggressive barrier to entry to them in terms of if you didn't already have millions of gold, it became very difficult to make any gold with them at all. You had to have a system in place that allowed people to get access to a pattern and then stranglehold anybody else from being able to feasibly get it. Shadowlands Legendaries made people rich because it was broken. In Dragonflight, the professions, apart from the odd, resetting of like charges, there've been a few bugs and stuff, but generally speaking, they've actually been very, very well balanced, very well designed. But that inherently means that they're also not going to be very good for gold making, at least not for the average player. But the utility they offer is great. You imagine if you look at the professions purely from a utility standpoint, you as a blacksmith now have the ability over time to fully gear yourself out in reasonable gear without the need to engage in any form of group content. It's a very slow and steady approach, but it is still an approach that exists. Still managed to make 4 mil and then lose 1.5 due to a failed market reset. Yeah. Yeah, I see that same story happen a lot. It's an expensive mistake, but if hopefully you learn something from it, and will know how to not have it happen again. Oh, these goddamn spear thrower ones are really difficult to deal with because I can't group them up. And they just ping you from miles away. But we're working on this achievement remarkably quickly on this. We'll have 200 kills here in no time. All I need from the crafting system is the ability to send my alts the items to make 405s, 418s. See, that's a difficult one because I both agree and disagree at the same time. Max tweeted out the other day. Max from Limit. Are they Limit or Lick? I don't know who they are nowadays. You know what I mean. Max tweeted out the other day. That he wants to play his Death Knight and his Retribution Paladin, but the thought of doing 100+ like Mythic plus 16s to gear up first was like was off-putting, and lots of people obviously clearly very quickly agreed with him because, well, it's Max. He's the guild leader of one of the best guilds in the world. I mean, he's a seemingly nice guy. But the way I look at it is you do not need you do not need to be fully geared in 418 before you can play a character. And this is kind of why sending the primal infusions and the concentrated primal infusions to other characters, I'm not totally on board with. I don't think you should, because that's kind of the reason, that is your progression on that character. The point is you can get 392 gear. You can get your character geared up to 392, which is like enough to get you into the raid. It's enough to get you into the higher Mythic Plus dungeons. There should not be a catch-up system that pushes you to a fully Mythic geared state. Because at that point, what's the fucking point of playing? I get it that people have got stupid amounts of spare materials and it's frustrating that they can't use them on alts, but I also don't agree that that sort of level of I don't think that's the level it needs to go to. I don't know, there is a middle ground there surely, but yeah, sending primal infusions and concentrated primal infusions to alts is where I personally draw the line, as I don't think it's actually the right way. But I'm torn because I also know that I share the opinion at the very same time. It is entirely possible to contradict yourself here, by the way. I also share the opinion that if I've done whatever it is I need to do to get those items on one character, why shouldn't I be able to use them on an alt? So I'm personally conflicted, but you're comparing people who want to start playing a new character M20+, though, not people who want to start a new character M. Well, see, this is it. Like, at what point should catch-up be? How far should catch-up go? How far should you be able to boost even your own character? If you can use the expertise of one of your characters to get all of your other characters at that same exact level, is that too far? do you need to be 418 geared so that you can, like, you know, play a new character at the highest of highest levels almost instantly, or should you have to work that character up? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I think what they've done with allowing you to share Primal Chaos, I don't agree with the tax. I think their justification for the tax is just, you know, it's an excuse. I don't think there should be a tax on things like Primal Chaos, but they've opened the floodgates for sparks. You can, if you wish now and have the ability to, gear up an ult to like normal, fully normal geared very, very quickly. Meaning that, sure, if you want to bring that character along to your guild's, you know, ult heroic runs for achievements or, you know, extra chances at loot, transmog, mounts, whatever the case is, fine. But I don't think catch up for the purpose of like fully mythic geared should be a thing. I think that's too far. If you know the dungeons with the Valor uncapped, getting full gear starting Wednesday won't be that bad. It's just a bit of a grind. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that there is problems that come about with, like, if, say, for example, I'm going to throw just, if you play a hunter, right? Say you play a hunter, a ranged DPS class. You play a hunter, and you are very good at that hunter, and that hunter's clearing plus 20s, and you're geared to the absolute teeth, and you're very, very good at that. Now, if you had the ability to very quickly and easily get an ult, let's say you then roll a priest, a holy priest. You roll a holy priest. If you had the ability to gear that character up incredibly quickly to nearly the exact same level that that hunter was at in terms of gear wise, you could then start trying to apply to like plus 17s, plus 18s, and you barely even have played the class yet. What's to say that you actually have any idea how to play that class? Just because you've played a hunter at very, very high level doesn't automatically mean... I mean, I know this is why things like the gear score rate, you know, the Mythic Plus score and thing is a thing, but I think you should be able to catch up to one level below what you have achieved. So if you are fully Mythic geared, it's understandable to get an ult to heroic geared pretty damn quickly with very little effort. I don't think catch up should ever get you quite to the same place. One level behind where you're currently at, I think, is about what feels right, I think. But I don't know. My opinion isn't really all that valid because I don't really engage in that that side of the game all that much anyway. I've not chased gear on my characters for a long time. My interests are very different to most, so I'm happy to share my opinion, but I know that it doesn't hold much weight. We have, though, nearly completed the achievement for out here, which is good. One down. Now, the annoyance is I've actually got a fair few of these achievements, I think. Or I've at least got progress on a bunch of these achievements on my hunter, my main character, but he's not the enchanter. And I do suspect that the ticket to success with enchanting, the ticket to success finding this goddamn pattern is linked somewhere with within these storms. I just don't know where. And I need to go get the air glimmer. Can we yoink this box without getting aggroed? Yes. Right. Oh, this pull will do it. This pull will get us the achievement. Boom! Sandstorm to the northern plains. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. This is probably an easy one though, because it's super easy to just farm mobs out here. Right. Let's head over to the ice storm. Get the last glimmer that I know that we need. Park here just for a second. Our bags are horrendous. Let's fix this situation.
I have many, many wares. Farewell, friend of the
Alrighty,
Grumbles.
over to here. Yeah, my bags are an absolute state. Knew going into Dragonflight that bag space would be a problem. Why is bag space always a problem? Why, after 18 years of this game being a thing, is bag space still a problem? It was a problem in Vanilla, it was a problem in Wrath, it was a problem in Legion, it's a problem still today. Why is that? Why can Blizzard not just make it so that we can carry more stuff? It's really not a big deal. We need bigger reagent bags, to be fair. The reagent bags are such a meme. Like, I mean, even with the Chronocloth reagent 36 slot bags, they're just a meme. You're telling me that the reagent bag that by definition was meant to be, oh, it's going to be big, is 4 slots bigger than a regular bag. It's like, really? Sure, it's nice that it's one additional bag, but it's...
Help return the land back to its natural state.
It's not exactly all that, is it? Right. This is technically going to be... Now, is this actually an Anaran Plains one? Thunderstorms in the Waking Shores. No, it's not Waking Shores, is it? Anaran Plains. Thunderstorms in Anaran Plains. Is it technically this? Because even though it's the Cobalt Assembly, which I've always considered the Azure Span, snowstorms, thunderstorms, and Azure Span. Maybe I track both of them and I see which one starts getting progress when we kill things. More importantly, can we get a group? Can we get a group on this one? This one should be better for a group, right? Okay, yeah. Thunderstorms of the Azure Span. The fact that that little weak aura claims it's Anaran Plains is just broken. Because it's not. It is not.
Interesting.
The irony being in such a big raid group is there's practically nothing to kill. Because everything's already dead. As a herb miner, it's always full. The jewel crafting is one of the worst. Jewel crafting is horrendous for materials. I'm glad I don't really use my leatherworker all that much because my bag space is always 100% utilized by flipping 3 varieties of 15 different gems. Three different types of 3 different ores, plus 3 different types of 5 different gems, and that's just to begin with. That's before all of your extra bonuses. Oh, do not ping me off. That was close. Are we still gaining We are gaining progress on the achievement. Nice. I was worried for a second there that being in a big raid group would hinder us, but it's fine. No, run away, run away. I'm too squishy even as a tank to take a explosion. Oh, boo, missed. What do we think's the coolest ability in the game, though? I think this a lot about Avenging Shield. I think throwing the shield is really cool. Now, Convoke is right up there, but equally Divine Toll. I can't think of many other abilities that are as cool as those 3. I mean, there's abilities that do lots of damage and stuff, sure, but of like just actually just cool shit. No, no, stay out. But something cool about just throwing your shield. Boom, headshot. Pop Pali's shield sounds are fantastic, makes the abilities even better. Yeah, that's true actually. The sound profile of them is really cool. There's nothing to kill. Everything's already dead. I've only killed 17 things so far in a wham great big raid group. Thanks all, good luck. Okay, somebody's peaced out. Hit the max 4 public orders for the first time this morning before the day's reset. First times it's happened. My scribe is the only person that ever hits that limit. And that's because of, you know, knowledge books. That's literally it. Oh, that was a real waste of that button. Oops. Fat-fingered me divine toll. Oh well. Against one mob. As it feels bad, man. I like this raid group, but there's just too many people in it. I need a nice, comfortable 10-group party or something. Oh, sugar. That was not a great idea, was it? Now I regret all my decisions. I should have gone somewhere safe before leaving that group. Ah, there's a rare up and all. Excuse me, coming through. Coming through. Please move. An event rare at that. You're actually better off in a 5-man group. You get the kills without even tagging in a 5-man group. Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, you will do. More lightning, I think not. Oh no, I haven't got me buffs up. Hang on. Can I somehow magically get out of combat? Because bubble drops aggro, but it doesn't drop combat. To put me buffs on. Not that I know if this makes any difference whatsoever. And is probably a huge waste of gold. But it's for science. Right. Now get back in there. Dragon Shard of Knowledge. Don't mind if I do. Typhoon Bringer. And I got the achievement Elemental Overflowing. Obtained 5,000 Elemental Overflow. GG me. Okay. But what I didn't get was the flipping my Glimmer. No Glimmer. I can't complain about the Dragon Shard though, can I? There's another rare. This dude's up again. Right, let's stick in a smaller little group. Let's grab a... Can we get together, jump in a small little group? I don't have the quest to start the group myself. I need a Cobalt Catastrophe without... There we go. 5-man Cobalt Catastrophe. That's better. Can also leech kills off this separate group as well. Very nice. Now it's all coming together. The silly thing is, this entire experiment feels a bit weird though, simply for the fact that this primal invocation pattern thing, it doesn't even appear as if it makes anything particularly cool. This could actually be a big part of the reason why nobody cares. I am slightly concerned that, you know, I mean, while it'll make a good YouTube video if I figure it out, that none of it really matters. But curiosity's got the better of me now. First, we need this silly glimmer. We need the last glimmer. I have a sneaky suspicion that you cannot get the last glimmer before you've got the 4, if that makes sense. And considering that there's probably many enchanters out there that don't even really know that these glimmers are a thing. Maybe if nothing else, I should make a video about the glimmers. Dust in the wind and all, but still, only one person has it so far. Well, apparently, actually, if you search for the item in TSM, you can see who's listing it in a little bit more detail. And there is a few people. There is a few people that have it, so it's clear that it wasn't just a fluke or a bug or something that led one person to get it before they should do, which has happened before. But there's clearly a method to the madness of working it out. What does the item do? Well, the recipe itself creates a little item that just... It's an appearance-changing ability. By the looks of things, it just turns you into an elemental for like 15 minutes. It doesn't do anything particularly fancy. There's a toy that theoretically does the same, but the toy is even more elusive, to the point that some people believe the toy is not even in the game. But the toy is in your collection book. It's listed there as if you should be able to get it. But there's, you know, you can scour the internet and there's like practically nothing about it. Oh, a rat.
Interesting.
Glimmer of air. There it is. There's the last glimmer. So now we have them all. Okay. I might hold them in my bags just for a minute, because I might use them for the purpose of a little video for the enchanters out there. Maybe the more people that know about this, and if I start talking about it, no, do not convert. If I do a little video about this, talking about it, show people what they are, tell people how they get them, then maybe, just maybe, somebody might come along and say, oh yeah, I got that recipe. I did this and I got it. The other possibility is that there's one rare that drops the pattern, and it's a rare that nobody ever kills. And it also has just a very low drop chance. It might not be that much, you know. There is entirely the possibility that it's just being massively overthought, and that the reality is that it's actually just, you know, something that nobody's really actually done properly. But right, let's how much, out of curiosity, of this stuff have we got? 1,570 of it, okay. I need to kill a few more enemies, but I also, unfortunately, boys and girls, need to call it there for the day. I know I started a little bit later today, but unfortunately I have stuff to do, so I'm going to have to call it here for now, and in turn, that probably means, because it's Friday for the week, we'll be back on Monday. I want to try and get a little bit more of a schedule going at the moment. My life has been so busy. I'm kind of hoping to get back to a regular schedule. Monday through till Friday, get stuff done, focus on it a bit. We're nearly there. But thank you all for joining. If, just my last final parting words, if you happen to have any idea whatsoever on how you learn this recipe within enchanting, Primal Invocation Extract, DM me on Discord and let me know. If you are an enchanter and you have this, I would be very interested in talking to you, as it's a bit of a mystery right now. Nobody seems to really understand what Glimmers of Insight are, what they come from. It doesn't appear to be an item that you loot in the game, because if it was, it would have been data mined. But some people have this recipe, but not enough people to have really shared the knowledge on it. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Give the video a like. If you give the stream a follow, I should say. My YouTube voice came out then. Give the stream a follow if you haven't already. We'll be back on Monday. Come say hi over in the Discord for practically anything goal-making related, or, of course, go watch some YouTube videos if you care for them. But have a good weekend, boys and girls. Enjoy. If you're playing the game, good luck with your adventures in-game. If you're taking some time off, have a fun, relaxing weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. In a bit. Peace.